Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Steve Bouillon Field here in New Riegel, Ohio. We are here for tonight's matchup, an SBC River matchup between the Lakota Raiders and the New Riegel Blue Jackets. I'm Nate Mullins on the call tonight with Tommy Hall. We've got Greg Kinn on the ones and twos and Austin Rodriguez on the camera. Had a little technical difficulties getting started here, but we are here in the first inning. We've had an out, and we've had I think that was an error on the right fielder as they were unable to come up with a catch out there. But there's a runner on first base with one out here in the top of the first. Thanks for joining us here for our first broadcast of the baseball season here on Heart of Ohio Sports. What a beautiful, gorgeous day we have here in New Riegel. Shane Jones on the mound for the New Riegel Blue Jackets. We'll start out with our pitching matchup as Shane Jones is the pitcher for the New Riegel Blue Jackets here tonight. And I'm going to say that Chase Dussel is going to be your starter for Lakota Raiders, but we'll see. We'll revisit that pitching matchup here as we get to the bottom of the first. But top of the first, Shane Jones, one of the top pitchers in the SBC River. As Jones comes into this one just absolutely on fire, Tommy.
Yeah, both these squads vying for contention in the SBC River. Of course, the giant to topple the Tiffin Calvert Senecas, who look to make a three-peat in the state run in our coverage as well. Good eye.
Jones with a .64 ERA in 22 innings pitched. He leads the league in strikeouts with 35. Yeah, he misses with that one. And now Grant Bomer with a 3-1 count here. Bomer in the 3-hole. Cody Biddle down at first base. Chase Dussel grounded out to start out the ball game. And Bomer hits this one into right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And the runners will stay at first and second. So we'll have runners at first and second with just one out here in the top of the first. So the Raiders getting out to an early start here on Shane Jones. A couple of early base runners here. And that's what you got to do against a pitcher like this, Tommy. You got to take advantage early.
Oh, absolutely. You don't, again, you don't lead this hot league in strikeouts without getting heated up. And that's exactly what you got to prevent Shane Jones from doing.
You don't want him to settle in. Swing and a miss.
Yep, just like that, because he does bring the heat just like our friends at Xcaret.
And Jack Widman out of the DH hole.
I say, Nate, and we're talking about pitches here, and we got a little late start, so let's talk about who our first pitch sponsor was.
Yeah, absolutely. Our first pitch sponsor tonight is Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. As that one grounded to short. They go to second for one. Relay to first is not in time, and they're not able to secure that. So runners at the corners with two down here. As that'll bring up Grant Sugar.
Well, that was gonna be the key of these New Riegel Blue Jackets is they didn't want to play they didn't want to crowd the infield. They were going to play loose and settle in. But in this situation with runners on the corner, you got a lot you can work with if you're the Lakota Raiders.
Absolutely. Had just a little bit of difficulty with our main cam here tonight to get started. That's why we had a late start to this one. And we do appreciate the hospitality over here in New Riegel as they were very gracious with our difficulties that we were experiencing here. This one grounded in between second and first. It's going to get through and a run will score.
Wow. What a way to ground that to allow it to get through. Challenging the infield on that one, Nate, and being able to bring a runner home on that one.
So an RBI for Grant Sugar. That'll bring up Drew Matz.
The RBI was Swedish Sugar.
Matz on the season, batting .158, 3 hits and 19 at-bats. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Runner will advance from first to second. So it's 1-0 Lakota here in the top of the first. Shane Jones on the mound. That one's not going to be an earned run, though, Tommy, because that was an error that led to that base runner being on base. So if he's able to get out of this, he'll escape with no earned runs, but they still don't want that one run, you know.
Yeah, here in the early onset, New Riegel needs to clean it up on its infield play. 2 errors allowed with the RBI. 1-0. Lead for the Raiders as that one finds its way for the strikeout. That's going to do it for the top of the first inning, Nate.
Whew. Shane Jones gets out of trouble there with runners at second and third. Gets the strikeout on Drew Matz. We'll head to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Lakota. We'll keep it right here as we want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here because, folks, I got to tell you, without our sponsors, we wouldn't be here, folks. It's just, that's the way it is here at Heart of Ohio Sports. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, our pregame show sponsor. Once again, had some difficulties getting started here today, so we're going to give them a lot of love throughout the broadcast here today as we were unable to get going for the pregame show. But our postgame show sponsors, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. First National Bank of Sycamore is our Skycam sponsor here tonight. UIS Insurance and Investments is the pitching matchup sponsor. Lee's Floor Covering is our Keys to the Game sponsor. Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. brought you the first pitch tonight. And Hope in Fostoria is your call to the bullpen sponsor. We also want to thank Clouse Electric and Linda S. Ritzler Accounting for their contributions to the broadcast.
And after the top of 1, Nate, those Lee's Floor Covering Keys to the Game, that was what we were going to we were talking about at the top of the pregame before we ran into the difficulties was, again, New Riegel has to limit the mistakes. They have to play loose and not crowd the infield as these Lakota Raiders, they got some hitters that come up to bat. And in that top of that first inning, just a little sloppy infield play, couple errors, allowed the RBIs and allowed the Raiders to get out in front. But if you're New Riegel, yeah, you just got to kind of play loose. For these Raiders, I mean, you just keep the hits coming and rely on the pitching arm of Chase Dussel.
Chase Dussel on the mound for the Raiders as we look at our pitching matchup brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Once again, Chase Dussel coming into this one with a 5.88 ERA and 8.3 innings pitched. 16 hits allowed, 10 strikeouts. He's 1-2 on the young season. But he's been roughed up by a couple of pretty good teams. And he's looking to settle in here. As we know, he's one heck of an athlete. One of the top pitchers here in the SBC River. Just getting off to a little bit of a slow start, but he can heat up quick.
That's what you love about baseball. It gives you so many bites at the apple that you can definitely right the ship. Pretty easy.
As you can see, facing his counterpart, Shane Jones, as this is a real pitching matchup.
Man, what an athlete to lead off and be your starting pitcher.
The 2-0 up high from Dussel. So Shane Jones starts out 3-0 on Chase Dussel.
Comes with that eagle eye.
That's right. Jones on base on the season, .625, batting .438 at the plate. 7 hits and 16 at bats. Those stats courtesy of the SBC.
Now batting the catcher, number
.com.
Matthew Flores.
ChrisHiggins.net actually is where we'll find those stats.
And if you're a fan of New Riegel Athletics, here's somebody that'll be very familiar to you, especially on our Heart of Ohio sports broadcasts.
Absolutely.
That's Foose.
Down low. As Matthew Flores at the plate. Jones over there at first base. Dussel yet to find the strike zone here. That one in there for a strike. want to give a shout out to Austin Rodriguez, our camera operator today. Struggled through the technical difficulties in the beginning, and we righted the ship really well. Only took us a few minutes to figure things out. Snap throw to first, and Jones back safely. 1-1 the count here on Flores. On the season, Flores batting .467. That one inside. 2-1 the count. 7 hits and 15 at bats. He's drawn 7 walks on the season. Just 1 strikeout, Tommy, so he's got a great eye at the plate. .609 on base percentage. And 3-1 the count now, as Dussel having some problems locating. I'm gonna have to locate some water or a Gatorade after this inning because I'm already through the first inning, and I'm through an entire bottle of water.
But you could have picked a better day for baseball,
right? Gorgeous day here at Steve Bouillon Field. Oh, Flores gets into this one, into the left field. This one's going to be high and fieldable as the left fielder camps under it for the first out. But it looked like he got a hold of that one, but it just kind of stayed up there a little too long. Of course, first game of the year, Tommy, every time they get a hold of one, it's going to be like, oh, here we go. Oh, wait. Now batting, Brody Holman. Holman playing third base tonight. Dussel finds the edge of the strike zone there. 0-1 the count. 1 out, top of the first, 1-0 Lakota. Shane Jones down at first base. Holman, .368 hitter on the season. Runner goes, throw down to second, and unable to grab the throw as Jones in there safely with his 5th stolen base of the season. Shane Jones, one heck of an athlete, man. He's trying to get that run back any way he can.
You just said his 5th stolen base of the season, and I was like, how? This is our first game. Well, it's not their first game.
1-2. Are the Raiders coming onto the pitch tonight?
That one outside. 2-1 the count here on Holman. Of course, we had intended to start our broadcast season on Friday, but got rained out. We were going to cover these Raiders as they were going to take on the Calvert Senecas over in Tiffin, but that one got rained out. Luckily, we're able to catch the Raiders here as Chase Dussel throws that one right by Brady Holman. 2-2 the count, 1 out. Dussel comes to the plate. That one,
he just waited for it.
Hit into right field, and it's going to be foul. Anything into right field, I'm going to have problems seeing.
Holman just almost a 6th sense, spider sense, if you will.
Right
there. He saw that one. He knew he was going to try to get a hold of it almost before it was coming.
Dussel comes set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss.
I didn't see that coming.
Now batting number 16, Carson
Dussel
Paul.
goes upstairs with the fastball and gets Brody Holman swinging.
Well, that's the thing is sometimes you get over anxious, especially when you get a hold of one.
Well, and that's the guy that you don't want on the base pass. He's got 7 stolen bases on the year. And that was just his 3rd strikeout on the season. So Dussel had to work for it. He came back, battled back,
Yeah, absolutely.
Down in the count, came back, got the strikeout. Starts out behind the hitter. 1-0 the count. That one fouled straight upstairs and right to the pitcher as he's just going to head right to the dugout after he catches that one. Nicely done. And that's going to be the end of the first inning. 1-0 Lakota is your score. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go, Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Welcome back to Steve Bouillon Field here in New Riegel, Ohio. We start the top of the second inning. Lakota Raiders due up to bat.
Number 22,
Jacob Newell. As the Raiders lead 1-0. Tommy, as I said earlier, just what a beautiful day for baseball, but
Especially here at Steve Bouillon Field.
just beautiful
Inventor of the cube.
facilities.
It's like feels like a college field here.
It does. It really does. It almost has like kind of like a mini Bluffton feel to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Field of Dreams, if you will. Cornfield right next to us, you know. Jones starts out Newell. 2 straight outside the strike zone. And that one in there for a strike. Newell on the season, a .235 hitter, 4 hits and 17 at-bats. Hits that one into right field, and it's going to be foul.
Almost sent that one to the farmer's market. Last time I went to one here in New Riegel, bit into a turnip and had some red stitching caught my teeth.
They love their baseball over here, that's for sure. Only thing they love more is ribs. In there, strike 3 called. Jones falls behind 2-0, but comes back with 3 straight heaters.
Number 10, A.J. Goshi.
And that'll bring up A.J. Goshi. Goshi playing center field. That one misses the strike zone. 1-0 the count. Goshi hits that one right to the shortstop, right up into the air. Who makes the catch.
2 down.
Second out.
2 down quick for Jones. Nice play by the shortstop.
Got to bring up Jacob Hines, the 9 hitter. Hines playing shortstop for the Raiders. Swing and a miss for Hines. batting 167 on the season, 2 hits and 12 at-bats. Jones upstairs with that one. 2-1 the count now on Hines. Hines fouls that one into the net. We'll do it at 2-2 here with 2 down.
You know, I spent the whole day during the eclipse and didn't stare into the sun one time. And all it take was him hitting that into the net, and I looked right into it.
And Jones misses with that one, so it's full count here.
Yeah, that count definitely catching up to Hines. What?
And a swing and a miss as Hines goes down. That's the final out here in the top of the second. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Lakota leads 1-0 as the Blue Jackets are due up to bat. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors once again for allowing us to be here. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lease Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Hope and Fostoria, Clouse Electric, and Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Of course, our first pitch sponsor tonight, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. Stop over and see Katina. Pick up the gear that you can make your memories in, because I'm telling you what, folks, there's anything and everything you can think of that you can put a school logo on, she's got it. She's got you taken care of. Great downtown location. Beautiful storefront. And they're willing to work with you on custom orders. They're just so flexible when it comes to working with local businesses, especially local charities. They do a lot of charity work. Just a great local business to do business with. So if you got any printing needs, any design needs, graphic design, anything, hit up our friends at Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. Get ready to start the bottom of the second inning.
Now batting for New Riegel, number 12, Asher Shaw.
As now for New Riegel, Asher Schalk strolls up to the plate. Hopefully the walk-up music doesn't get our stream shut down. Remember when that happened once?
I mean, it's good stuff here today, though. I don't know who's in charge of the playlist, but they're nailing it.
On point. Ooh. And that one hit foul down the right side. Asher Schalk at the plate. Chase Dussel, his second inning of work. Got out of a jam in the first. Left a runner in scoring position. And hit to short. Quickly over to first. And they get the out.
Now batting number 25, Brighton Coffin.
And that'll bring up the DH, Brighton Coffin. Where is Tommy when you need him? This kid has a great name for Tommy to make a reference.
I know, I was almost just waiting for it, like, instinctively to happen.
Where is the... First pitch in there for a strike. Dussel. The 0-1 is upstairs. Brighton Coffin, a .375 hitter on the season. And that one in there for a strike. One and two on Coffin. That one misses the strike zone. 2-2 the count on Brighton Coffin. 375 hitter, 6 hits and 16 at-bats. And he goes down looking as Dussel
Now batting number 9.
picks up another strikeout.
Music's getting to me.
That'll bring up Gabe Pugh. Pugh calls for timeout. Dussel. As Pugh fouls that one off. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Whew.
0-2 now.
Reach back for a little extra on that one, Tommy. The sights, the sounds, the smells of baseball, I tell you, it is just so happy to be back on the call as Dussel strikes him out. Struck out 2 out of 3 there. And Chase Dussel is dealing right now. 1-0 Lakota. We head to the top of the third. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall. When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For high school students, this can be a fun time of year. Prom, graduation, summer vacations, etc. Sometimes students will attend parties that permit underage drinking.
There are serious legal consequences and liability issues for parents who serve alcohol to underage students. This could include fines, lawsuits, and even jail time.
Parents can be held responsible for underage drinking even if they're not home when it happens. The best gift you can give your child is to be their parent, not their friend.
Don't be a party to teenage drinking. Parents who host lose the most.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. And we're back here, Steve Bouillon Field. Shane Jones on the mound, 1-0 Lakota. It's a 1-1 count on Dussel as that one inside. 2-1 the count here on Chase Dussel. Top of the third. Dussel hits this one into center field, but right at the center fielder who charges in to make the play for the first out.
Now batting the third baseman, number 13.
Squared that one up, Tommy. It looked like it was going to drop, but stayed up there just a little too long.
Well, Jones just got such control in the ball that, you know, if you do get a good hit on it, you're only going to get a piece of it. He doesn't.
Right. That one golfed foul. Cody Biddle at the plate. That was Alec Holman out there in center field who made that last play. The 0-2 hit into left field, but once again right at the fielder as he's there to make the play.
The catcher, number 4.
I mean, you get in the sweet spot. You're not really coming up underneath of it too much, Nate. It's just not so much a line drive, but they're
hard hit balls. Are
hard
just
hit
right
at the field. No pop up.
Grant Bomer fouls that one straight back. Left fielder Carter Clouse made the play on that last one.
They're
saying no, he did not go. 1-1 the count.
What do you think about that, Greg?
That one in there for a strike on the outside corner. And Bomer down in the count, 1-2.
Very symbiotic relationship.
Chopped back to the mound. Jones fires over to first for the final out here in the top of the third.
Yeah.
Moving right along. Lakota due up to bat. I'm sorry, New Riegel due up to bat. Chase Dussel on the mound. Once again, thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports for our first baseball broadcast of the season. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. I want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Hope in Fostoria, Clouse Electric, and Linda S. Ritzler Accounting. All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And folks, there's still plenty of room on that sponsor list. I've still got a couple of title sponsor spots, just one more presenting spot, and plenty of room on that community sponsor list to show your support for local baseball.
Get in on the ground floor as Northwest Ohio, one of the premier options and team and area for some of these lengthy runs for a lot of these area schools that are projected to be ranked in the state level. So again, as you put your investment down now, it'll pay off in dividends for you down the road, especially when you got a lot of eyeballs in the postseason run.
Oh, yeah. And I think that's one of the things that our sponsors really benefit from is people in the community take notice of the sponsors who support these broadcasts. And when we say, you know, these paywall free because of these sponsors, our sponsors let us know, hey, we thank you for that, because when we hear from people that come into our restaurant or come into our establishment, they're telling us thank you. So it really does mean a lot to us, but it means a lot to these business owners as well. Dussel starts out. Clouse with a first pitch ball.
Yeah, a lot of these community-minded businesses, you know, the buck don't stop right here at Heart of Ohio Sports. They're actively involved with the community, with the athletic scene, to where, you know, like Xcaret hosts a lot of these dinners that benefit the local athletic boosters. And, I mean, that just tells you all you need to know about how involved and how much love that the community-minded sponsors give back to the communities of which, you know, their customers patron.
You're absolutely right, Tommy. And that leads me to my next. We got a little something coming up in the pipeline. A couple of our sponsors have really committed to the long term with us, and we want to thank them by doing some customized branding opportunities. As this one chopped back to the pitcher, Dussel underhands to first for the first out here in the bottom of the third. 1-0 Lakota. But no, we have some new segments coming up. These are what we call customized branding opportunities. These are available for our top-level sponsors. And one of those sponsors is Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Very familiar for anyone who's spent any time listening to our broadcasts or watching our broadcasts. They are a familiar face with Heart of Ohio Sports. We got a really cool segment coming up with them as Dussel rocks and fires. That one hit right to the shortstop, straight up the elevator shaft, and this one fielded cleanly for the second out.
Jones.
And that'll bring up Shane Jones back to the top of the order. Dussel's working pretty well here. Just allowed the one hit. Or no, I think he's only allowed a walk. Is that right, Tommy?
Yeah.
That one in the dirt. As I believe Jones was the recipient of the walk in the first inning. Got himself on base, made it to second base, but unable to make it home. He'd like to change that. Not this one up at one.
A lot of play between the bases to start this one, and since then, you know, we've almost went almost 3 straights without a run now.
But back to that segment with Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. We've got a new segment coming up called Game Day Grub with Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. And we're going to be highlighting some of their menu items. It'll be a segment that airs during our pregame show. Just a little short segment highlighting their menu items, but also just highlighting them as a business because of just all the contributions they've made to us over the years and helping us stay on the air here.
Don't lie, you just wanted an excuse to eat 8 entrees in one sitting. And
who said anything about 8? We're going to do 12. No, that one grounded to the second baseman and relayed to first for the final out in the third inning. We head to the top of the fourth, 1-0 Lakota here at Steve Bouillon Field in New Riegel, Ohio. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your local homegrown agent, Jeff Leopold, for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1144.
We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them.
When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch it on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink. You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to New Riegel, Ohio. We start the top of the fourth inning. The Lakota Raiders leading the New Riegel Blue Jackets 1-0. We had a pitcher's duel. We thought we were in for one today. Tommy is two of the best in the SBC River on the bump today.
And Widman back up. He had a hit earlier in this one. I believe it was Sugar that drove Widman home, correct?
That is correct. Sugar responsible for the lone run batted in.
Oh,
swing and a
about
miss.
Swung out of his cleats there.
That one just foul down the left line, third base side.
You can tell he wants to hit this up the third base line, the way he pivots his hips. One of the reasons why he got off-centered and off-kiltered on his first attempt.
Yeah. And I think they're seeing that hole there between the third baseman and the bag there, Tommy. There's a little bit of a gap there. If you can get that through. Ooh, that one skips all the way to the backstop.
Skip.
Skip. Oh, come on now, Skip.
We were doing that earlier. It's stuck in my head now.
But we also have a new segment coming up with Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, another one of our, ooh, look at that strikeout by Shane Jones.
The DH goes down quick.
Number 12, Grant Sugar.
And Grant Sugar comes up to the plate. But that segment with Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is called Leaving a Legacy. We'll be talking with local coaches, athletic directors, players, former players, college athletes, just about what it means to them to be a part of the sport that they're in. Talking to a lot of different local leaders and what it means to them to leave a legacy. Of course, we had an interview with Coach Kurt Malott.
Oh.
That'll air once again during the Honor Games on Thursday.
Tommy said, when's my interview?
If you want to watch that interview, you can watch back on the Facebook page on Heart of Ohio Sports. That one up high, 4 straight to put the runner on as Sugar draws the walk.
Uncharacteristic of Jones. He's really pitched a gem for the most part outside that RBI at the top of the first.
Yeah, I think that maybe it was in his mind there with Sugar, because Sugar was the guy who...
Yeah, you don't want
That wasn't me, it was the walk-up music.
Scared the crap out of me. I was not expecting that.
He definitely did not want those.
Nope.
That's one of those things that has me jumping and looking. Did I just hit something?
Here we have a call to the bullpen. I don't think there's going to be any pitching changes here. But all calls to the bullpen brought to you by Hope in Fostoria.
Maybe it wasn't a purpose thing to draw the walk on Sugar.
Trying to set up the double play, you think? Now they got Sugar on. Trying to get Matz to pound one into the dirt.
Yeah, you'll see this one definitely try to go towards the outside of the batter's box. Try to attempt to get him to drive it between first and second, somewhere in there.
Jones, snap throw to first. Did you see the motion on that throw? I mean, like sidearm that.
Looked like he got home from a long day at work and threw his car keys over on the table or something.
That one got past Flores. The runner will advance from first to second. That's about the third one in the last 2 innings that's gotten past Flores, just right off the tip of his glove.
Especially when he starts to creep that one to the outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, stay in control of where you're comfortable at.
That one, he comes inside. Fastball, swing and a miss. I think that was a cutter that maybe missed out the outside there. Something like that, a little cutter action. The 1-1 from Jones. Oh. Swing and a miss in the dirt. And it's 1-2. You notice they're trying to get that low. Trying to keep that ball low. Induce that ground ball.
Good point, Nate.
You see the Lakota coaching staff's tell him, spit on that. Don't even bother. Don't even look at it. Matz grounds it to third in between the legs of the third baseman. And they're going to hold the runner at third, so we'll have runners at the corners with 1 out.
Costly error.
Wow. Right between the legs of the third baseman. Under his glove. 1 out. That'll bring up Jake Newell. Are we allowed to call him Jake? I just heard Coach call him Jake. It says Jacob on the roster, so I bet Mom would rather we call him Jacob. So, wow, that one grounded to short to second for 1. The relay. Oh, they lose it in the dirt, and the run will score. They had the double play. It was there. Just the throw was a little bit off. And that'll be 2-0 now, Lakota. And with the way Chase Dussel's pitching tonight, it might be good enough, Tommy. I don't know.
In some instances, I mean, again, the hit solely on the pitcher, but it's what's done after the fact. That's what's really become an issue here. The errors in the infield, allow runners to get on base, allow them to advance bases.
Goshi hits that one to the shortstop, who goes to second for the final out.
Jones
in the
get
top
out of this
fourth, but damage has been done.
Yeah.
Raiders tack on another one. It's 2-0 Lakota. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. We got the Wizard Greg Kinn running the board here. Austin Rodriguez on the main cam. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We had some plans for today. I originally wanted to try to do a pitch cam. I want to get a camera behind center field so we can get the pitcher and catcher angle for pitches. But, first game, you always hope that you have everything you need. And then when you get here, you're like, oh, wait, there's this one little thing that I didn't bring? Okay, yep, we can't do that. But that wasn't even the technical problem. That we abandoned real quick. It was cables, once again. Foiled by cables, Greg.
Ugh. Why they always got to be so sensitive?
Ugh. It's those high-performance HDMI cables. It's like you can't find a good brand. If you're watching this and you know a good brand of high-performance, and I'm talking like 8K, 60 frames per second, like I want some really good, maybe even fiber optic HDMI cables that are durable.
And long.
And very long. I'm talking 100 feet. And I don't want the nylon ones either. I want, because those nylon ones suck to wrap up. They're awful. So if you know of any really good HDMI cables, don't just send me a link on Amazon. I trust me, I've found all of them on Amazon. There's not any of them that are any good. Shoot me an email. I'd love to hear from you. hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. Of course, if you want to get on board with us as a sponsor, you can email that same address. 2-0 Lakota as we start the bottom of the fourth inning. I want to give a shout out to Greg Kinn, the Wizard. Did an excellent job of putting the graphics together for this. Another baseball season underway. And the graphics this year, crispy. I love that scoreboard. What do you think, Tommy?
Oh, yeah.
That's a crispy boy. Oh, that one. Hit into right field and camped under it by the right fielder for the out. Flores flies out to right field for the first out. That'll bring up Brody Holman.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm digging these Lakota uniforms here today.
For real.
The gray stripe across the front and stuff, across the arms.
Well, and I'm a sucker for high socks, and Dussel's got the look going on. He's got that ball player look, you know?
With the stripes on the socks?
Absolutely. So does Brody Holman. He looks like a ball player at the plate right now. Holman, the shortstop. As we mentioned earlier, 368 batting average on the season. Just 3 strikeouts on the season, and his third came earlier in the game with Shane Jones at second base. That one up high. 2-1 the count.
And it's only 2 runs, but New Riegel having a lot of ground to make up still. You got to earn each run in this one.
That one skips off the plate.
Talked about how pivotal this one was for positioning in the SBC River.
Yeah, you think about it. I mean, right now, currently, Calvert's sitting there in the top spot. But
I found its way.
See if we can get this to open here.
2-2 count on Holman. That's Dussel.
Holman grounds it to short. And a nice throw over by Hines. Gets the runner at first. And that'll bring up Carson Paul. Now these two teams, if you look at, go find Connor Roush on Facebook. And I mean, he's got his own personal page now, the reporter, Connor Roush. Not just the Mr. Details, but he has a reporter page now. If you go find his page, you can see all the latest in the updated standings. As he's done a great job so far in the early going of keeping us up to date on what's been going on in our area, in the SBC Lake, the river, and the N10. All of our coverage teams. A lot of good talent in this area, Tommy. This one fouled off to the right. Thankfully, Austin wasn't over there.
And absolutely, Nate, you talk about how entertaining and how good this area is at baseball. It's one of the reasons why we ventured into, right off the bat, baseball season when we kind of started Heart of Ohio Sports. We knew, hey, this one's going to be a ride, and we're going to do something different that nobody wanted to do or attempted before. And now we kind of, it's fashionable.
Right. Ooh. Strike 3 as Dussel picks up another strikeout.
What a way to close out the fourth.
Working on a shutout. Top of the fifth coming up. 2-0 Lakota. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go. Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to New Riegel, Ohio. We start top of the fifth as Jacob Hines grounds that one to the shortstop, thrown over to first for the first out here in the top of the fifth. One pitch, one out for Shane Jones here in the top of the fifth. He's surrendered just 2 runs.
Tremendous job by the infield on that one.
But only one of those runs earned, Tommy. That one inside. Chase Dussel at the plate. Here's our pitching matchup brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Dussel hits this one into left field, and the left fielder camps under it to make the play for the second out. So quickly, 2 outs.
Now batting number 13, Cody Biddle.
Carter Clouse out there in left field, make the play.
Ooh.
Inside. Cody Biddle at the plate. Swing and a miss. Well, he reared back for something extra on that one. Biddle batting .500 on the season as he hits that one into right field for a base hit. So right on cue, Tommy.
Yeah.
So I got to keep that batting average up.
Now batting the catcher, number 4, Grant Bomer.
That'll bring up Grant Bomer, the catcher. He's batting .292 on the season.
That .500 on the batting average. That's why you just love baseball. It's the only thing you can get into a Hall of Fame at for being good half the time.
You ain't even got to be good half the time. You just got to be good 3 times out of 10. That one up high. Grant Bomer at the plate. Cody Biddle down at first base. Snap throw to first is safe. Top of the fifth. 2-0 Lakota. Raiders with a runner on. He shows bunt, but pulls it back. That one misses the strike zone. 2-0 the count now on Bomer.
Jones should have just brought it there as soon as he showed it.
Oh, yeah. That one low. Nice stop there to keep it in front of him by Flores.
Starting to see the strategy by the Raiders here. Get batters on base. I know that's a little obvious, but in this instance, you know, you're going to be a little more reserved in your approach at bat.
You got to try to work the count. Runners at first and second with 2 down for Jack Widman. Snap throw down to first. Oh,
I didn't.
They might have actually had him there.
I think
I think they lost the ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just slipped out of there.
I was going to say, catcher quick to it.
Yeah, what a throw.
Flores is on it. The 0-1 is in there for a strike, and now it's 0-2 on Jack Widman.
That first pitch inside, what a nice job by Flores to adjust himself and allow that pitch kind of find its way.
That one gets away from the catcher all the way to the backstop.
I try to praise you.
Runners will advance to second and third. That's the announcer's curse right there, Tom.
I try to praise you. How you do me?
So now both runners in scoring position with 2 outs. 1-2 the count here on Widman. The cleanup hitter, the DH. And he hits that one to the shortstop. Throw over to first is in time. And so they do not surrender a run, but
what a tight situation by Jones facing the DH with runners at second and third.
He's able to get out of it unscathed as we head to the bottom of the fifth. 2-0 Lakota. Blue Jackets need to string together some hits here, Tommy, and work the count a little bit against Chase Dussel as we start the bottom of the fifth, because I'm telling you what, Dussel has pitched himself a gem so far.
Oh, absolutely. As the Blue Jackets trying to reel back in this. Jones pitching a good game himself. It's just been those little errors that have really been the difference. You talked about the one earned RBI against Jones, but other than that, a couple errors have found the Raiders in the driver's seat. Not the biggest lead, not the hardest deficit to overcome, but you're burning daylight now here at the bottom of the fifth.
Once again, Chase Dussel on the mound. Our pitching matchup was brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments, and it has not disappointed here today as Shane Jones and Chase Dussel together have surrendered just 2 runs. Dussel pitching a shutout here so far.
Thanks for the drink, Austin.
Where's mine?
I don't know. Austin gave this one to me.
Making it rain over here?
She's got her new baseball nails on.
Yep, she can't open a can with her hands.
Better be careful.
She had to use her teeth to open that can.
Got her
because the nails are so long.
Just got her nails did.
I love it. They're awesome, though. Whoever your nail tech is, shoo. Grounded to third. Throw over to first. First baseman had to climb up to get that one.
Now batting number 25,
But Drew Matz is pretty tall himself. I think he's about 6'2", 6'3". He went up there and got it.
If he had Austin's nails, he would have been just able to reach his hand up.
Now batting, Brighton Coffin. Tommy, you were gone when this young man came up to bat the last time, and I was like, this is the perfect name for Tommy to come up with something here.
Yeah.
Dussel.
We had already been hamming it up before his first at bat, so I gave him a little bit of reprieve.
2-0 the count now on Coffin. This one fouled straight back. And luckily nowhere near the blue Ford over there.
Yeah, that's what we need is another cracked side mirror. That happened last baseball game, I believe, last season when the one got cracked.
When you park right behind home plate.
Hey.
That never happened. Swing and a miss. Dussel works his way back to even the count now. I think it's 2-2. I haven't updated it yet, but.
If you're anything like Tommy, I'm pretty sure I've seen him try to park in the dugout before.
That one high.
Now you got your full count.
3-2 the count. That's why I always say I Tommy haul my way into a parking spot. If I get here too late, I just got to Tommy haul my way into a parking spot.
Oh, another one that gets behind in there.
Coffin
just off the bat.
Just able to get a piece of that one to stay alive. Keeps the count full. One out here in the top of the fifth, or bottom of the fifth, sorry. This one's moving right along, Tommy. This one, quick pace to this game, and that's what happens when you get a pitcher's duel.
And this pitch right here by Dussel could be the final nail for Coffin.
Now batting number 9.
Man, you just knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. Oh, Lord.
So good.
Even got some pop from the coaching staff over here.
Where?
Right in front of you.
Oh,
He said, I love it.
Swung on, fouled back into the net. 0-1 the count. Gabe Pugh at the plate.
Oh, he's going to get a hold of this one. With a last name like that,
oh,
you're going to see it. Oh.
Able to check his swing. 1-1 the count with 2 down. Gabe Pugh, a .294 hitter on the season.
Overdue.
That went high and outside. 2-1 the count. I don't want that blowing into the field out there. The 2-1 to Pugh. Swing and a miss. Boy, Dussel is just dealing out there. Even the sound guy was like, wow.
He was like, what's that?
What did I say? I said he's got to get a hold of this one first.
2-2. Here's the pitch. Down low. Dussel trying to get him to chase that one. Now he's got to come to him.
That's pesky.
Nowhere else to go.
That's pesky southpaws. I tell you what, nobody really has any clue how hard that really is.
That one low.
I think every left-handed pitcher or every left-handed batter I ever pitched against, I hit him.
So Gabe Pugh draws the walk. That's his 5th walk of the season.
Uh-oh.
And the throw down to first base is off the mark, and that'll send Pugh over to second base now. So now Carter Clouse at the plate with runner in scoring position here. Just the second time they've had this opportunity. First time since the first inning that they've had a runner in scoring position. That's just how dominant Chase Dussel's been here tonight. I think he found out we were covering the game, and he's like, oh, Hoos is going to be here? Look at that. Gas.
All gas, no brakes.
Whew.
I don't think I'd want to tussle with Dussel.
No. I don't think many people do.
Ooh,
this one hit into right field. This one's going to be trouble. It gets down for a base hit.
Oh, wow.
The runner will score.
And Pew!
Klaus
Now batting number
knocks
7,
in the run.
Alec Holman.
It'll bring up Alec Holman. And it's now 2-1.
Got hold of that one, Nate. Said, Pew can come home.
So the first run surrendered here tonight by Chase Dussel. Was that the first hit, Tommy? Because he gave up a walk in the first. Jones made it to second. But I don't think they ever had a hit, did they? I might be wrong. I'm not keeping stats over here, so pardon me if I'm incorrect with my assumptions here. Swing and a miss.
You've seen the heat on both of those last two pitches there. You think he's a little ticked off after giving up that hit?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just a little bit.
You want to get out of the inning, especially when you had him down to not just in runs, but I mean in outs.
Dussel comes set, and time called by the batter. Alec Holman, a 188 hitter on the season, but don't pay attention to that because Carter Clouse, didn't matter. He was a 167 hitter, still drove in his 6th RBI of the season. This one fouled straight back and into the cornfield.
Oh, far.
Better find that. Don't want no farmer tilling over that. I think that's mad. This one fouled straight back. Stays 0-2 on Holman. 2 down. Blue Jackets did the damage with 2 outs here, Tommy. Shane Jones on deck.
And Jones chomping at the bit.
And fouled again. Holman just staying alive. Dussel comes set. Here's the 0-2. That went up high.
Oh.
I think he was just saying, foul this one.
Good eye, though.
Absolutely. Holman with the patience there to lay off it. Yes, it is very bright over here.
Yeah.
That's why they call me Sonny.
I've never heard anybody call you that.
My grandma used to. Strike 3 called. Chase Dussel sits down Alec Holman to end the 5th inning. We go to the top of the 6th. It's 2-1 Lakota. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school baseball right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy,
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go. Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome back to New Riegel, Ohio. First pitch is grounded back to the pitcher, and Shane Jones underhands it to first for the first out here in the top of the sixth. 2-1 Lakota as we start this sixth inning of play. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. Austin Rodriguez on the main cam, and the wizard Greg Kinn making us look good on the controls. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. First pitch to Drew Matz is in there for a strike. That one in the dirt from Jones. Well, I was talking about that leaving a legacy segment earlier. If you're out there watching the broadcast, you have any ideas, any suggestions, any people that you think we need to interview when it comes to leaving a legacy in this area, drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know, who do we have to interview? Who's the person that if you don't interview this guy, you're just not doing the job right?
Yeah,
so,
you want to nominate somebody,
yes.
Point us in the right direction.
Nominate your candidate for leaving a legacy, and we'll do our best to get an interview with them. And that will be a segment that'll play during the postgame show, brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. That one fouled back right into the umpire. He's going to just take a moment and shake that one off. Was that the umpire that got the brunt of that, or was that the batter? They go off his foot?
I don't know. Kind of almost seemed like it hit the pads on the front of the catcher there. I got hit him and it bounced off of him, though. But it was coming in there fast.
Because this is intentional. What's going on here with the umpire, he always, whenever this happens, whenever ball hits a player or the umpire, give him a couple minutes, collect themselves, or a couple seconds, you know? In there, strike three called.
Delaying the inevitable. As Jones mows him down. Down 2 for the Raiders. Here at the top of the sixth inning, Nate.
Raiders with Jake Newell at the plate, lead by 1. 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. Whew, Jones just absolutely threw that one by him.
Yeah.
He's just firing lasers out there, Tommy. Wow.
He's definitely an ace.
And that's why I said you got to get to him early, because once he settles in, good luck.
That's what Lakota was able to do. Hasn't been easy sledding for the Raiders since the top of the first inning.
That one in there, strike 3 called.
Wow.
Newell thought it was a little bit inside, but
It definitely startled him a little bit. He stepped
Say
back.
they look like it.
I think Jones just did the old wrap around there, brought it right back in the strike zone.
I don't know if it startled him or Graves just showed up. I was like, whoa, what happened there?
We head to the bottom of the sixth. It's 2-1 Lakota. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here. Folks, if you don't hear your name on this list and you want to, shoot us an email at hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. We have to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Hope in Fostoria, Clouse Electric, Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. We can't thank all those sponsors enough for agreeing to be here with us for this ride in baseball season. Baseball is one of those sports where I feel like the sponsors it creeps up on them. And they're like, oh, it's already baseball season? Oh, okay. And they kind of forget. And it's one of those things where I think we pick up momentum as the season goes along. We tend to kind of add more sponsors as we go. That's going to be one of those situations, I think, again this year. Is we're still waiting on confirmation from a couple of them. A couple of people out there kind of waiting for some things to line up. But if you're one of those businesses, you want to get on that list, once again, shoot us an email, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. Oh, come on. This is just fire. He is killing it with these songs, man. Is that Shane Jones's walk-up music? Come on, that's just great. Shane Jones, the batter. Dussel on the mound for his 6th inning of work. We've got a pitching duel. And Jones hits this one to the second baseman. Throw over to first. And they are able to get the dangerous Shane Jones for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th. I think Jones was just a little bit anxious to get a hit.
Yeah,
there.
he's been chomping at the bit since the end of that last inning.
Got to bring up Matthew Flores. Flores hitting .467 on the season, 7 hits and 15 at-bats. He's driven in 5, drawn 7 walks, and just 1 strikeout on the season for Flores. That one low. 2-0 the count. Flores was an all-SBC basketball player. He's working on earning an all-SBC here in baseball as well. That one in the dirt. 3-0 the count now. Brody Holman on deck. That one in there for a strike from Dussel. Chase Dussel has pitched one heck of a ball game here so far. Gave up a run in the 5th inning on a 2-out base hit. Brought the runner home from second base. Flores draws the walk.
That's what the Blue Jackets needed, were runners.
Brody Holman.
Flores has a great eye at the plate. .609 on base percentage on the year. And he's also a threat to steal on the base paths. He has 3 steals. So that's something to keep an eye on here if you're Chase Dussel. I'm sure Grant Bomer's going to keep his eye down there as well. Yeah, look at him already. So where are you going? You ain't going nowhere. Dussel comes to the plate. That one high to Brody Holman. Holman batting .368 on the season. The 1-0 in there for a strike at the knees.
That one's nice.
That's one of those, what are you going to do with that, Tommy?
You're not going to get under it. You can hack at it, that's about it.
Yeah, you hack at it and you're just going to end up dribbling that to the pitcher or
Yeah,
something.
as I said, right back into the arms of Dussel. Which I think it might be on purpose here.
Oh, Holman sends this one into right field. Is it going to go foul? Just foul. We'll come back and do it at 1-2. Raiders lead 2-1.
Chance to sit them down here.
Ground ball up the middle to the second baseman. Throw to first.
Double?
No. They get the run. They get the lead runner. The shortstop fields it. But quick out of the box. Brody Holman with 7 steals on the year. speedy down the line. He had to hustle right out of the box, Tommy, to beat that throw.
The way that Dussel was turning them in, you hit the nail on the head, Nate. You knew that one was going to come back towards the pitcher, somewhere in the shortstop's range as well, if it got past him. That's exactly what happened.
It's like he threw him the same pitch, and he's like, all right, I'll swing at this, and then chopped it.
Yeah.
2 down. 1-0 the count here on Carson Paul. Runner down at first. Brody Holman gets a good lead, but that one misses. 2-1 or 2-0 the count. The 2-0. Paul grounds that one. Foul to the left. 2-1 the count. Dussel comes set. Here's the 2-1. And it hits the batter. So that'll put runners at first and second with 2 outs, and these Blue Jackets once again making some noise with 2 outs.
After Dussel usually gets set in late in these innings, just for some reason, just unable to finish out, and some of these things allows batters to hang around.
I think he's nibbling a little too much, Tommy.
Yeah, just take care of business. I wouldn't even have minded the man on base during that. You got 2 down, just get the pitch in there.
And the way his defense has been playing, you almost could pitch to contact here, you know?
Yep.
Just keep that ball low in the zone and do something. Make him put it in play. Runners down at first and second. That one hit into left field. Back, over the head, all the way to the fence. 1 run will score.
Coming in.
Paul to the plate. He got him. Out at the plate. It stays tied at 2 apiece. What a throw. Wow. 2-2 is your score. We head to the top of the 7th. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go. Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
Welcome back to Steve Bouillon Field here in New Riegel, Ohio. We start the top of the 7th with A.J. Goshi at the plate for the Raiders. The Blue Jackets have tied it at 2 apiece. After Chase Dussel started this one out. Oh, that was lucky. I'm telling you, that gentleman sitting in that chair is probably counting his. There's one life gone. Goshi swinging a miss.
Quick 0-2 there now.
a swing and a miss. Goshi goes down swinging.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Jacob Hines.
And that'll bring up Jacob Hines, the shortstop. Jones is really settled in, Tommy. After he gave up that second run, I think he took it personal. Swing and a miss.
I think the answer back by the Raiders have gotten them a little overzealous here. A lot of cracks at it.
Another swing and a miss from Hines. Quickly down 0-2 in the count. Got to adjust your strategy here with Jones. That one hit to the shortstop. Fielded. Throw over to first. And he gets the runner for the second out. So here comes Chase Dussel.
Number 6, Chase Dussel.
Dussel scored the first run of the game. And had a shutout going into the 5th inning. The Blue Jackets have come back to tie it at 2 apiece. Here in the top of the 7th, Raiders with 2 outs, trying to add another run here, get that lead back. Jones rocks and fires. That went in there for a strike on the outside corner. Wasting no time either, Tommy. He's just going right after the batters. Swing and a miss. Goes upstairs with the heater. Challenges Dussel. And it's 1-2. That went upstairs. It's 2-2 now on Chase Dussel. Once again, these two are pitching matchup here tonight, brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. In there, strike 3 called. That was a bender right there, Tommy. That one had some movement on it. Shane Jones gets out of it with nobody on. Struck out 2 there. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. It's 2-2. Let's take a moment and thank our sponsors once again for allowing us to be here. I want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Hope and Fostoria, Clouse Electric, and Linda S. Ritzler Accounting, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. What a matchup here today between these two teams. Vying for second place in the SBC River. Of course, Stephen Calvert all alone in the top spot. 5-0 in league play, 7-0 overall. But these Blue Jackets at 4-0 in league play, they don't want to give up that second spot. Lakota at 3-1, trying to claim and move up in the standings. So this game means a lot in terms of positioning here. And they need their ace to come up big here. Chase Dussel on the mound. For the most part, pitched a gem.
Well, Blue Jackets are able to spread 2 runs through the course of those last 2 innings. And in that, have found themselves new life in a new situation facing the bottom of the 7th. At first, they needed to get a hit to stay alive and to get a run to just tie it up. Now they got a chance to win it after Jones showing up and showing out at the top of the 7th here.
Yeah, what a quick top of the 7th.
Yeah, putting down 2 batters. But New Riegel with a chance to close it out in regulation here.
That'll bring up Brighton Coffin. Dussel starts him out with a first pitch ball. Upstairs, it's 2-0 the count on Coffin. You hear the energy coming from that New Riegel dugout.
Just got to get a man on.
Swung on and fouled back. Two and one the count here. Right back up the middle, base hit for Coffin.
Now batting number 9, Gabe Pugh.
As he said, no nail in my coffin. I'm rising from the dead.
Man, you got to think about how hard he hit that ball. That ball's traveling in a straight line that fast, and he shot it right back on that straight line.
Yeah.
He saw the pitcher duck. He said, whoa. Almost took his head off.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a pinch runner here.
Blue Jackets, number 46, Justin Leininger.
And that'll bring in Justin Leininger as the pitch runner down at first base. Coffin is the DH, so Leininger comes in to run for him. That'll bring up Gabe Pugh. That one punted back to the pitcher. Dussel underhands to first, but Pugh does his job, gets the runner over. Runner in scoring position with just one out. And that'll bring up Carter Clouse, who got the party started back in the 5th inning. Drove in the first run for the Blue Jackets. That one misses high and outside. 1-0 the count. And Dussel's just got to settle down here. Just do what he's been doing. Just inside. 2-0 the count now on Clouse. Chase Dussel comes set. And throw over to second. Runner back safely. I tell you, maybe a better throw might have got the runner there, Tommy. He was just a little behind, but Leininger able to get back safely. Here's the 2-0 from Dussel. Up high, it's 3-0. And you got to think maybe they might consider just keeping this one outside the strike zone, Tommy, with that runner in scoring position. Just go after the next batter. Oh, they go right at him. In there for a strike. 3-1 the count here on Clouse. Probably got the green light here.
He's not swinging at this one.
That's high and inside.
Number 7, Alec.
And that'll put runners at first and second with just one out for Alec Homan. Chance to play the hero. And now we got a call to the bullpen here as Chase Dussel will talk things over with the coaching staff. We'll see if they make any changes. I doubt it, Tom. I think we're just going to let him finish this out, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Call to the bullpen brought to you by Hope in Fostoria, one of our proud sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Want to thank Renelle Myers for jumping on board with us here just in the last couple days. She actually shot me a message over the weekend, said, hey, is it too late? I want to get on board with baseball. It's absolutely not. Plenty of room. We're thankful we were able to get them on board and get their graphics loaded in time for the game today.
Oh, my goodness.
Into left field. It gets down for a base hit. The throw. And they're going to keep runners
Now batting number 3.
And they are loaded. Bases are loaded for the man, the myth, the legend, Shane Jones. So Jones with a chance to play hero today. As I'm telling you, he has pitched a gem since he settled in, and this is the chance for him to kind of right the ship. First pitch down low. You got nowhere to put him now, Tommy. You got to pitch to him. This one hit through, and the run will score, and Jones drives home the game-winning run. The Blue Jackets come from behind after trailing 2-0.
And Jones was just jonesing for a chance to get back up to bat. Again, he's been daunted since the bottom of that 5th inning. Came up to lead off batters in the 6th. Now deep into the game at the bottom of the 7th, bases loaded. Jones comes through and able to bring a runner in for the huge win, come behind win after facing a 2-0 deficit for the majority of 5 innings.
What a ball game here today for our first baseball game of the year. Boy, we picked a doozy. Your final score, New Riegel 3, Lakota 2. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back with our post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. And we'll have our player of the game, and we'll break this one down. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey carpet and floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall.
When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For high school students, this can be a fun time of year. Prom, graduation, summer vacations, etc. Sometimes students will attend parties that permit underage drinking.
There are serious legal consequences and liability issues for parents who serve alcohol to underage students. This could include fines, lawsuits, and even jail time.
Parents can be held responsible for underage drinking, even if they're not home when it happens. The best gift you can give your child is to be their parent, not their friend.
Don't be a party to teenage drinking. Parents who host lose the most.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
Welcome to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, your trusted community credit union for over 70 years. We're not just a credit union, we're your personal financial counselor. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union is a full-service financial institution tailoring solutions to your needs. Whether it's your first home or planning for the future, we're here to help you find success. Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, a legacy built on trust, commitment, and community.
Your legacy, your legacy.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State.
And we're back here in New Riegel, Ohio. Thanks for tuning in here on the post-game show, brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. As big win for the Blue Jackets. And let's see if we can get this camera adjusted here. It is very bright. All right. Man, that is really bright. We got our player of the game, Shane Jones, with us here. How we doing, man? Good. How are you? Doing well. So let's talk about this game. So, all right. This one starts out a little rough. Now, as we were coming into this one, I knew this was going to be a pitcher's matchup. Between you two, you guys are two of the top arms in the SBC River. Talk about your mentality going into this one, matching up against Chase Dussel. What was your mindset?
I mean, yeah, I knew it was going to be hard. I mean, we're a good pitcher. I knew we were going to have not going to have a lot of hits, so we just got to make them count. And that's right. What we did at the last couple innings. So.
And you guys really worked the count late in the game.
Yeah.
What was the change in mentality? I think about the fourth or fifth inning, you guys kind of said, all right, we're not just going to keep swinging away at everything. You started working the count a little bit. What was the mindset shift? Was there anything said?
We just knew he was struggling a little bit high, so we kind of wait to find our pitch and seemed out to work pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. It really did. So walk me through that last at-bat. Bases loaded, bottom of the seventh, chance to be a hero. How fast was your heart beating?
It was going pretty fast. I just tried my best not to think about anything. I just knew just make contact and it should work out. So.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those things where everybody wants to be the hero, but only one person gets to wear the belt, and that is our player of the game belt, Shane Jones, our player of the game. Now, how's it feel to hold that wing cardinal?
Pretty good.
Now, is there any shout-outs you want to give? Anybody you want to give a shout-out to on them?
Well, I guess all my coaches and my family. I mean, they've always been there for me, so.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, anything else you want to talk about? No?
Not too much.
Hey, I thought this was a heck of a game. Tommy, you got any questions for our player of the game?
No, just a gem on the mound. I know, again, some of the errors got you guys in some trouble early on. I seen you guys as you kind of rallied back. I seen you Jones in there as the last batter went down. You led off in the sixth. And then, again, as you kind of made your way back up the lineup, to be able to come out there and finish the game, especially when on the offensive side, it was just nice to watch. It was a good hustle, and it was a good win by a very game opponent that again didn't stave off, didn't deter. Played a full 7 innings, and that's exactly what Blue Jackets did here tonight. So congratulations to Mr. Jones on the Heart of Ohio Sports Player of the Game after that huge win with bases loaded there at the bottom of the seventh. It doesn't get any bigger than that, pal.
That's right. Big-time situations. Big-time players make big-time plays.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So, once again, this was for top spot in the SBC River because you guys are vying with Calvert for that top spot. You're undefeated. They're undefeated. Sooner or later, there's going to be a clash. There's going to be a showdown. And you guys are going to be ready for it, man. These are the type of games that get you battle tested for an opponent like that. So, great win today, man.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Once again, our player of the game, Shane Jones. New Riegel Blue Jackets pick up the win 3-2 over the Lakota Raiders. Once again, thanks for tuning in here on the post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll step aside, we'll come back, thank our sponsors, and we'll wrap things up here from Steve Bouillon Field. Once again, thank you to our player of the game, Shane Jones. And we'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here in New Riegel, Ohio. Post-game show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall joining you here live on the post-game show after what was, I'm telling you, Tommy, one of the best baseball games I've seen in a while. Well, it's been about a year, so.
Don't lie, you were watching baseball earlier today
You're
and
right.
yesterday.
You're right.
I've seen your statuses.
But no, I mean, what a ball game here for our first broadcast of the year. Didn't disappoint.
Beautiful day here in the Commonwealth of New Riegel, Ohio, as the New Riegel Blue Jackets played host to the Lakota Raiders, who have definitely been playing with their hair on fire throughout the first stanza of action here in the 2024 campaign. And to be able to go down 2 runs, again, not the hugest deficit to overcome, but to be able to rally back slowly but surely after only having 3 hits in the game, being able to drive home 3 runs at the end, getting bases loaded. I mean, New Riegel really rallied back in that one, Nate, and it led to a huge victory against an opponent that, again, you'd love to see that game play out 9 out of 10 times and see how it really plays out.
Yeah, I mean, you get a chance to see it again because they play each other again, don't they, later on in the season?
Oh, absolutely. That's the thing about Heart of Ohio Sports and this SBC River, the N10, all the area conferences in Northwest Ohio. You're going to get the very best, and you're going to get everyone's very best shot each and every outing, and that's why Heart of Ohio Sports brings it to you live and paywall free. Thanks to our community-minded sponsors. And Nate, without further ado, again, we want to be where we are, bringing you this fantastic opening matchup here on Heart of Ohio Sports during the 2024 baseball campaign without our community-minded sponsors.
Absolutely. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, Lee's Floor Covering, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Hope and Fostoria, Clouse Electric, and Linda S. Ritzler Accounting. All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Folks, if you don't see your name on there but you want to, shoot us an email, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. Without the help of our sponsors, we can't do what we're doing. So, we need your help. Shoot us an email, shoot us a message, whatever it takes. Get on board with us, folks. We got plenty of room. Once again, we'll have another broadcast for you tomorrow night as Seneca East takes on Upper Sandusky live right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And then Thursday, we got a doubleheader, but it's not exactly a doubleheader in the traditional sense. It's going to be 2 games at the same exact time. The honor games are this Thursday, and we're going to be covering both of those games. Tiffin Calvert versus Columbian in baseball, Tiffin Calvert versus Columbian in softball. We'll have them both for you right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
When have you ever been able to cover 4 teams from both high schools at the same time in the same day?
Within about 10 feet of each other, too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But once again, action-packed week to start out our baseball broadcast season here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We thank you for joining us here tonight. And once again, if you've watched this far, please do us a favor. Share the video, like, follow, subscribe on all of our content. Thanks again for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. New Riegel with a big win over Lakota, 3-2 here in front of the home crowd. Have a good night, everybody. For Tommy Hall and Austin Rodriguez and Greg Kinn, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Steve Bouillon Field.